This week on Machinery PTV, Robert Lee's great lineup of red features this 2008 2588 Combine that hit an 8-year high on the selling price. This 444 Silver King completes an impressive collection. And Pete steps back in time to track the used tractor market.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers, a big iron company. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. Big Iron Auctions and the Share Your Legacy program, promoting the future of agriculture with amazing legacy stories from across America. Well folks, some of the most intense auction bidding I've seen the last maybe 18 months to 24 months has been on slightly older used combines in very good condition, pre-def, and I tell you what, on today's show we got one, a 2008 CaseIH 2588. This thing only has 1,210 SEP hours and it's going to sell on the Robert Lee Farm Retirement Auction here in beautiful Colo, Iowa. Now before we get into the show, we're going to throw it to our friends at Big Iron for another cool Share Your Legacy segment.
This week, we're in Grand Island, Nebraska at Husker Harvest Days, catching up on the legacy of farm shows and the legacy of Big Iron Auctions.
We're at Husker Harvest Days, the largest irrigated farm show in the United States, where irrigation and agriculture and rural America meet. It's a 3-day show, but we really show up here last week, setting up the tent, setting up our wares, so it's really probably a 10-day commitment of time on our part. And you'd have to wear a pickup truck out to meet this many people. So we really like to be here and meet and greet the people. It's really efficient use of our time to meet everybody that's a Big Iron, our Big Iron family.
I've been to every Husker Harvest Days here for 3 days of every week of it. I think this is the 43rd year. At the time we had gravel roads, no concrete, all were tents, very few buildings out here. It's grown tremendously.
Well, it's a great place for people to come together and converse about what's going on, not only in their area, but in their field of expertise. And they get to see a lot of the newest and latest inventions in ag, from chemicals and herbicides to equipment. So I think that's why it's important for people to be here.
Well, I tell you what, it all started out years and years ago at Husker Harvest Days. We had a prize wheel set up where we'd spin the prize wheel and tick, 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 and we give away prize money. We'd give away hats, we'd give away gloves, and it all started back then. We would have a lineup around the corner of people wanting to spin our prize wheel, and they would put their little piece of paper in a box if they wanted us to contact them about selling their land, selling their equipment. And we had so many people fill up that box that we couldn't cover it.
Does this give a shot of energy to small town America? It does when you see all the youth walking around. That's what I am inspired by, because these young folks here are taking an interest in what's feeding America, the food, the fiber, the fuel that we all rely on, and they come here to learn. And it's an education class 101 into what's going to be their future.
Visit BigIron.com to watch full episodes and to submit your Share Your Legacy stories.
Folks, if you need a nice 8-row corn head, we got one for you here. 2008 CaseIH 2608 8-row chopping head.
At Big Iron Auctions, customer satisfaction is our #1 goal. As the 40-year leader in auctions for agriculture, real estate, livestock, construction, and transportation, we are here to serve you. Big Iron will handle everything from start to finish. From meeting with you, to prepping your equipment, writing the listings, and collecting buyer's payments, let us do the heavy lifting for you. We love our customers, and we treat them like family. There's a Big Iron sales rep in your area, so let's get together. To learn more, visit BigIron.com.
Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. You've got to try this. The power of foam is the only way to clean and degrease your equipment. Simply foam it on, give the foam a few minutes to work, and power wash it off. cuts grease and your wash time significantly. The foam won't harm electrical sensors or controls. It neutralizes and washes away farm chemicals and is safe to use on most surfaces. Call 888-996-7801 or go online to check out their dealer locator at poweroffoam.com to find the Power of Foam near you.
$50, $25, $50, $25, $50, $25, $50, $25, $50, $10, $20, $10, $20, $10 to the bid, the $20, $10, $20, $10 to the bid, the $20, $10, $20, $10.
Hey folks, I'm here with Ryan Luke, co-owner of Daily Auction Company, one of the best auction companies I've worked with over my 33 years. And thank you for all your help over the years, Ryan,
yes,
with what you guys do. It's been great working with you guys. And let's talk a little bit about, now this sale in particular is pretty interesting to me, Ryan, because on the one hand, Robert, our seller, Robert Lee, you farm with.
Yep.
Stepfather, and you guys have been farming together, what, 10, 11 years or something?
Yep.
Okay. What's that been like farming with Robert?
Learned a lot. He definitely has his ways, you know, as you can tell by the machinery.
It's beautiful. Particular.
Yes, very. So if you're not doing something the way he wants it done, you're gonna know, but yeah.
Now, on the other side, your son Nick, 19 years old?
Yep.
And he is actually farming with you guys and also here involved with the auction business, just like you got involved when you were 14 with Daily Auction Company. What's that like working with your son Nick?
It's nice to have him around because he grew up in the tractor, you know, ran these, and so bringing him out to an auction site, you can pretty well just put him in whatever, he can get lined up, you know, same with on our implement side, you just tell him what to do and he can get it done.
Well folks, average auction price last year on a CaseIH 2608 8-row cornhead was $12,353, high of $17,500, low of $87.50. Today's auction, we got an 08 model.
10 pound out of 12 pound here, 10, 11. 10 pound out of 11 pound out of 10, give 11 pound out of 10 pound out of 11, down 12. 11 pound out of 12 pound out of 12 pound out of 11 pound out of 12, 12, give 12, get 12 pound out of 11 pound out of bid 12. 11 pound out of 12 pound out of 12 pound out of 11 pound out of give it a 12 pound out of 12 pound out of 11 pound out of bid, get 12. I got 11 pound out of 12 pound out of 12 pound, 12 bid 12 pound out of 12 pound out of 11 pound out of 12. 11 pound out of 12 pound out of 12 pound out of y'all done. 11 pound out of give 12. 11 pound out of 500 out of 11.5. Now 12. Now 5. 12.5. 12.5. 13. 13 net. 12. 13. Now 5. 13.5. 13.5. 14.5. 14.5, Bobby. 14.5. 15.5. 15.5. Get 15. 14.5. 15. Internet shout. 14.5. 15. 14.5. Give it a 15 pound out of 14.5. Give it a 15. 15. Get 15 pound out of 14.5. 15. 15 pound out of 14.5 here. 15.5. 15.5, Bobby. 15.5. Got it on the net. 15. 15.5. 15.5. 16. 16 pound out of 15.5. 16. 16 pound out of 16 pound out of 15 pound out of 16. 16. 16 pound out of 15.5. 16. 15.5 here. 16 pound out of y'all done that. 15.5, 16, 15 pound out of 16 pound out of 15 pound bid 16 pound out of 15.5 bid 16, 15.5, 16. Anybody else? 15.5, 16. Sold it 15.5.
141.
All right, folks, we got a 2006 CaseIH 1020 30-foot grain head here. Now, the last 18 months, I've seen 28 2004 to 2008 1020 heads sold, and the average auction price $9,175.
3 pound dollar, 4 pound dollar, 35, 4 pound dollar, 4 pound dollar, 45, $4,500 to 5, down $5,500, 6 pound dollar, 6 pound, 5, 7, and now 7 pound dollar, 7 pound dollar, 5, 8, 8, 8, now 8 pound dollar, late model, now 8, 85, 9, 9 pound dollar to 9 pound dollar to 9, $9,500 to 9 pound dollar, 95, 9 pound dollar, $9,500 to 9, internet you're out, 9 pound dollar, 95, 9 pound dollar, $9,500 to 9 pound dollar, 95 to 95, 9 pound dollar, 250, 9 pound dollar, 250 here to 9 pound dollar, $250 to 9 pound dollar, 250, 9 pound dollar, $250 to 9 pound dollar, 250. Anybody else? 9 pound dollar, 250. Internet you out. 9 pound dollar, 250. Sold at 9,153.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale.
$2,800, $2,900, $2,800, $2,900, $2,800, $2,900, $2,800, give 9. Sold it. $550 to $525, $550 now 75, $550, 75, $600, $600, $600 to $575, below $600, $575, $600. Anybody else? Sold it. $575. 35 pound dollar, bottom of 6 pound dollar, 35, 36 pound dollar, 35, what do you get 6? 36,000. Anybody else? 35 pound dollar, 36. Sold it. 35,000 pound dollar, $500, 35 bid, $500, 35 pound dollar, 5. 35 pound dollar, bottom of $500, 35 pound dollar, give it a $500, the 35 here bid 5. Sold it. 35,000. $3,500, $3,400, give it a 555, bid $500, 34, where do you get 5? Anybody else? 34, where do you get 5? Sold it. 3,400.
What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Pete's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machinerypete.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data. All right, folks, let's talk about how hot the used tractor market has been here the past couple years. And to illustrate how hot it is, we're going to walk backwards in time, not too far, just a couple years. Now, here's a picture from an auction we filmed for our Machinery Pete TV show. This was 2 years ago, July 8th of 2021. Sale was in Sleepy Eye, Minnesota, southwest part of the state. It was by Henslin Auctions. And they had this beautiful 2003 John Deere 8420 with only 1,760 hours on it. And it sold for $167,000, which actually was a record high auction price by $10,000 over the previous high, which had stood for almost 9 years. You had to go all the way back December 18th of 2012 when an 8420 went for $157,000 on a sale in Independence, Iowa on December 18th, again 2012. So again, 167 was the record. Now let's bump ahead to a year ago, July 21st, 2022, Delta, Iowa, online farm auction by Sullivan Auctioneers. This 2005 model 8420 with 2,827 hours on it, sold for $182,000. So bumped the record high auction price up by $15,000. And that takes us up to just recently, August 13th of this year, farm auction, Fort Madison, Iowa, by Frey's Auction and Real Estate. A very sharp, here's a picture of it, 2003 John Deere 8420. 3,741 hours on it, sold for $199,000. So again, we just went $17,000 above the record. And 2 years ago, that record had been sitting at $157,000.
We have a Silver King, a 1944 model 444. Purchased this at an auction a year ago last spring. It's a model I don't have. Well, I've got an R44, which is a small Silver King. I got the 3-wheel version of this, and I also have a model 41. I farm and collect tractors, Silver Kings, and a lot of farm-alls. We raked hay with it this year. Last fall, we also plowed with it. We don't use it in the farming operation per se, but we had a family gathering and got the old tractors out and plowed for an afternoon with it. This tractor didn't run very well when I got it. It just needed to get out and get it worked, get basically the carbon burn out of the engine. My plans for this one is eventually putting a different paint job on it. But other than that, that's about it. The 3-wheel version was my first one. I've had that for about 30 years, but that's kind of a common one. These are a little bit of an oddball for the Silver Kings.
Folks, do not go away. You're not going to want to miss our feature item on the auction today. Hard to find a combine this nice, an 08 2588, just over 1,200 SEP hours on it.
The largest single-seller online farm equipment auction ever is happening in October. Sullivan Auctioneers and Hudson Inc. have partnered to bring to market the biggest selection of tractors, combines, planters, sprayers, and so much more. 4 Tuesdays in October, the 10th, 17th, 24th, and the 31st. 2 names you can trust, Sullivan Auctioneers and Hudson Inc. Be a part of this first-of-its-kind event. Go to bigiron.com to register and see the unbelievable inventory.
Got equipment to sell privately but tired of scams and hassles? Visit MachineryPete.com and click Sell Mine. MachineryPete.com, the simple and secure way to buy and sell equipment online.
Hey folks, I'm here with owner Robert Lee, and we're talking about your beautiful combine, 2008 2588. Robert, now you are the second owner?
Second owner. Yep.
Okay.
So
now you don't have many hours on this thing.
No.
Just over 1,241 SEP, 1,721 engine.
Yep.
For an 08, 15 years old.
Yep.
What have you liked about the combine over the years you've owned it?
Well, I've had these kind of combines for a few years, and they're just not much maintenance,
Yeah.
you know. And, you know, you got to put belts on and
Right.
and chains or something or whatever, but,
Not,
you know.
not overly complicated.
No. Got a Cummins motor in it and never had any trouble. It doesn't use any oil.
Can you talk about the importance of care for your equipment over your career, Robert?
Oh, I like to change oil and you know, when it's time, 80 to 100 hours or whatever, and filters and wash them up and wax them, and you know, you can kind of see that where we're standing now. So.
And you proudly wear that CaseIH cap.
Yep.
It looks good on you.
Yep, thank you.
142.5, 142.5, 142.5. You're going to wish you'd have done that. It might be more money, boys, but that's going to be one of the best machines you'll ever find. 142.5, 142.5. 140 bottom 2, 5, 142, 5, 142, 5, 140 pound out of bottom 2, 5 here, 140, 42, 5, 140 pound out of bottom 2, 5, 142, now 5, 145, new man in, 142, 5, 145. 145 pounds under the 2, 5 here, 145, 145, 145, 145, 142, 5, give 5, give 7, 5, 147, 5, 147, 5, 145, 7, 5, 147, 5 here, 145, 7, 5, you want to do her again? 147, 5, 147, 5, 50, 150, 150 pounds under the 147, 5, 150, 147, 5, give you plenty of time, 147, 5, 150, 147, 5, give it a 50 pounds under the 147, 5, 150, 150, anybody else, 147, 5, 150, so 147, 5, and the buyer's number is 181. Thank you, sir.
Folks, I told you, they're the hottest thing going. Pre-def combines, great condition, low hours. Our feature item on the show today, this 2008 2588, 1,210 SEP hours, 147.5. That is the highest auction price on a 2588 in exactly 8 years. Well, folks, I grew up in the 1980s, graduated high school, Benson, Minnesota, 1984, graduated college with an accounting degree in 1988, Gustavus Adolphus College, got married summer of 1989, and started my Machinery Pete business November of 1989. And recently, I don't know, maybe I heard a familiar 1980s song on the radio, but I just got thinking it kind of had 1980 tractors on the brain. So I went into our MachineryPete.com website, had a little fun. We have all kinds of filters in there. And again, it's free to view all the auction prices. You can sort this stuff any way you want. And I had a little fun and I said, show me the top 5 auction prices on tractors made in the 1980s from the last 5 years. And I tell you, it was a pretty fun list. Not surprisingly, they were all 4-wheel drives. We've been talking a lot about how hot those are. So let's dive into the list here. And the highest price, this 1980 Big Bud 525/50. This sold on a July 7th, 21 auction in Lambert, Montana by the Steffes Group went for $173,000. Now the next two on our top 5 list both sold on the same auction, September 30th of 21 in Adams, Minnesota by Mehring Auction. A pair of Steiger KP 525 Tiger 4s, 1985 model and a 1984. They each went for $139,000. You can actually watch a Machinery Repeat YouTube video I filmed of those babies selling. That was quite the day. Fourth on our list is this 1986 Ford Versatile 1156 with 6,200 hours. It sold for $132,600 on a December 30th, 2022 auction, Minot, North Dakota. And rounding out the top 5, how about this beauty? 1984 Versatile 1150 went for $126,000 on the same auction as our leading price back on July 7th of 21 in Lambert, Montana. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed our time today at the auction for Robert Lee Farm Retirement Sale here in Colo, Iowa. And I tell you what, it's not every day we get to get up close to such a nice, slightly older combine, that 08 model 2588, just over 1,200 step hours on it, 147.5. Really fun to watch that baby sell. Hey, we'll see you back here next week. Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers, a big iron company. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. Big Iron Auctions and the Share Your Legacy program, promoting the future of agriculture with amazing legacy stories from across America.